Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review, series of videos I've been doing for a little while. I'll go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, it is a rainy-ass Thursday, which I don't hate. I like the rain, especially when somewhat, kind of moderation can be very helpful in trying to sleep, But at the same, I'm more of an overcast guy. Like, I like an overcast day with, like, a nice coolness to it. Oh, that's Brandon Wenzel weather right there. But anyway, folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That is absolutely the case today. I just got through reviewing. So I went over there, I got off of work, and I'd been looking for these particular items, a couple of them. Just got off of work, headed over to the 7-Eleven, I'm looking around a little bit, and I spot them. So, I just got through reviewing, boom, Pepsi with lime. Go ahead and watch that review. But what is it that I'm reviewing for you in this particular review? Boom! It's Pepsi with peach. Woo! Yeah, man. I mean, I'm kind of excited for this. The Pepsi with lime was a little bit mixed bag. Again, watch my video or watch the review if you want, the full play-by-play on that. But I mean, this could be good, right? It's Pepsi with peach. Let's get a thing for a thing, because I did not get a thing for the thing with the other one, so that'll be a thing I'll have to figure out somehow. Ha 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 ha! No, I don't like that. Yeah, it's more of a ha 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 ha. Sure. Okay, let's give it a go. Now here's the thing. Coca-Cola has done Coca-Cola with peach on a few occasions. In fact, I think I even reviewed one of the foreign ones. It was from China or something like that. So there is something to go off of here. Let's give it a go. I really hope this one's better than the lime one. The lime one wasn't awful, but it was a little bit disappointing. Yeah, that's definitely an artificial peach smell. Let's give it a go. All right. Interesting. Definitely different from the Coke with peach. They decided to kind of highlight different elements of the peach than Coke did. I definitely like this one a lot more than the Pepsi with lime. Specifically because the peach is much more standout in this than the lime was in the Pepsi lime. This is definitely a peach Pepsi. It has a very easily identifiable flavor. It's nice. It works pretty well with what's going on. Yeah, okay, I can get behind this. But it is interesting, again, sort of how they decided to go with it. For one thing, it definitely feels more mild. Like, I don't know why, but, like, these two Pepsis, in terms of the flavor, feel way more mild than some of their others that have been released in recent years, like Pepsi Mango or Pepsi Pineapple, where the flavor was very much at the forefront. This is definitely better than the lime, but, like, again, like, I'm expecting, like, a punchier flavor. And when I think back to the Coke, the peach Cokes that I've had in the past, those were definitely punchy with the peach flavor. This is more mellow. And like I said, they're sort of highlighting a different element to it. Whereas with the Coke, it was, I'm working off of memory now, but I remember it being like very much like a fruity cola, like again, that peach was very very front forward. Whereas with this, because it is a little bit mellow, it seems to that they've sort of decided to highlight more of kind of the earthy aspect of peach, because peach has a great flavor. But if you go too far with it, at least in my opinion, it is one of those fruits where you can do too much with it, and then it kind of loses its appeal. but it has like a sweetness to it, but there's also sort of like an undertone of like kind of an earthy aspect to it. That seems to be more what they went for this. I think they wanted to go with more of a mellow kind of peach flavor. So even though it's definitely still there, it's definitely still pretty prominent, it's not punch you in the face. It just kind of rides with the Pepsi. And that might be going back to what I was talking about with the Pepsi Lime, where I think maybe they're just trying to blend these flavors into the cola more than trying to really have them be that strong standout the way, again, some of their other flavors have been done. But that's just me throwing shit at the wall. Maybe they were just being cheap. But I do actually like it. Like, it's really interesting. Because, again, it's just like I've had peach sodas, plenty of them over the years. I've reviewed a bunch of them. And like I said, I've had peach colas. And this is very unique. I've never had a peach cola that tastes like this, where it's highlighting the more mellow aspects of the peach instead of that very punchy flavor that peach can have. I like this one. I'm going to go on record. I think this one, for me, it's almost a little bit worrying as I'm drinking it because, again, it's hitting on those more earthy notes, more mellow tone, which for me, if you kind of go a little bit too far, again, like, it just, not my jam. But it never reaches that point. It touches on it a little bit. It kind of scrapes the bottom of it. But then it just is a very nice, mellow peach flavor throughout. And I do think it actually, the way they've blended it is really nice. I'm down with this one. Now, all that said, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I'm going to go with yes, and sort of. I think for me personally, like, this isn't my favorite peach soda I've ever had. Not by a fucking long shot. And if I'm honest, I think the peach Coke was probably more, to my personal flavors. But I do really like what they did with this, because, again, it's very interesting, and it's not a way that I've seen peach approach before in any other soda that I've ever had. And I have to give them credit for that. And I think the way it works together is pretty nice. It's, again, not my favorite application of it, but just by personality alone, the fact that it is so unique, it's something where I can definitely say I would get that again, because it's the only place I can get that experience. And I do like that. Beyond that, if I'm going over there and I'm recommending it to people, it kind of comes down to sort of the same thing I had with the lime, where it depends on what you're going into it with. If you're expecting like a really strong, like punchy peach flavor, it's not that. It is more mellow, and I could see, even though for me, like, I'm giving it to it, I could definitely see it be something that, if people are expecting certain things, they might end up being disappointed. But I think it's one of those things, I think at the very least give it a shot. But just go into it with reasonable expectations. It's not going to be exactly the way, at least, I can't speak for everybody, but it's probably not going to be exactly the way you expect the peach to be applied. And again, it's not going to be that like crazy punchy peach flavor. But I do think it's unique and at the very least worth a try. But anyway, 5 things before you get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly peach-tastic rest of your life. Because peach is good. Again, just moderation. Certain fruits, look, pineapple, you could fucking douse me in pineapple juice, and I could just fucking run naked out into the fucking woods, and you'd never see me again. That's how much I like pineapple. Certain fruits, peaches, mangoes, I like them, but you gotta be reasonable. That's all I'm saying. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're gonna do, folks. You're gonna try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important that we go over there, whenever possible, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, That's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you've had a peach soda that you're a big fan of. And maybe it's like your favorite soda of all time, and you're going to hit me up in the comments and be like, Brandon, I happen to like this particular peach soda. I think it's wonderful, and it went over there, and it once saved my baby sister from a jackal attack. That's pretty amazing. You might want to get in touch with the creator of the soda and stuff like that, like, let them know, hey, by the way, aside from being a delicious drink, it has jackal thwarting abilities, That's a hell of a thing. You market the shit out of that. It's delicious, and it'll go over there and send your jackals packing. I'm not saying that I am the greatest advertising mind of my generation. That's for history to decide. But I'm just saying, am I the LeBron James of advertising? No. Because LeBron James is awesome, but he's overrated as fuck. I said it. Because I grew up in Chicago in the 90s era. Now, am I the Michael Jordan of advertising? Fuck no, because nobody can be that great at anything. I'm like the Scottie Pippen. And I'm perfectly fine with that, because I like Scottie when he's not being a grumpy old asshole. Anyway, bye.